Braves. So today on Talkback Toronto, time for changes in Major League sports. Should the Cleveland Indians change their name and logo? There are a few others with names that are offensive to Aboriginals. Should they do the same? The Braves, the Redskins among them? Give us a call, 416-872-9000. You can also register your vote on our web poll. That's at toronto.ctvnews.ca. And you can tweet your comment using hashtag TalkbackTO.
A very young Leafs squad suits up tonight in Ottawa for the season opener. Top draft pick Austin Matthews will be one of 6 rookies in the lineup against the Senators. It's the first regular season test for the team's new roster. 11 players are 24 or under. The Leafs home opener will be this Saturday against the Boston Bruins.
Tony Clement is pulling out of the race to lead the federal Conservative Party. The former cabinet minister posted a statement on Facebook this morning.
Back in July when I started my leadership campaign, I had a series of goals that had to be reached by around this time, and certainly we worked very hard to meet those goals, both financially and otherwise. Unfortunately, upon review, I've come to the conclusion that we really haven't met the goals as I had wanted to. Accordingly, I've decided to end my leadership campaign.
Matt also says he doesn't want to subject his family to any further financial stress. He joined the race in July. Clement has several caucus colleagues running for the leadership, but he has not said if he is going to throw his support behind any of them.
It's official. Toronto councillor Shelley Carroll will try to make the jump to provincial politics. CTV's Natalie Johnson is live at City Hall with those details. Natalie.
Well, Michelle, Shelley Carroll needs to secure officially the nomination from the Liberals first, but she is making her intentions clear. She wants to continue representing the same constituents, but over at Queen's Park. She first walked into this building as councillor in 2003. Now Shelley Carroll is looking to wrap up her time at City Hall as she eyes joining the Liberals at Queen's Park.
Having achieved some of the things that they've achieved, now they're looking at really the next wave in the 5th term, and I think I can be both a new set of eyes on that, and at the same time a mentor to any other new members that will be joining this government.
Carroll has been a card-carrying Liberal since she was old enough to vote and is seeking the nomination in the new riding of Don Valley North. She's represented Don Valley constituents on municipal files for more than a decade.
We have grappled with the issues of housing, of transit, of traffic at the municipal level in Ward 33, my residents and I.
As a member of the police board, she hopes to help establish a new policy on street checks or carding before she leaves City Hall. And as a member of the budget committee, will look at the tough question of new taxes and tolls next year.
The budget isn't going to be just about cuts this year. It's going to be about talking about a new revenue model for the City of Toronto and making sure that it's on solid financial footing for years to come.
Wanting to leave the building that's been her second home in good hands before turning the page to the next chapter of her political life. And so Carroll will continue to sit as councillor for the next 2 years, almost until the end of the term, and then if she secures the Liberal nomination, she will run provincially in 2018. Reporting live at City Hall, I'm Natalie Johnson. Back to you.
Thank you, Natalie. The cleanup has begun after torrential rain over the weekend caused widespread flooding and knocked out power to thousands in Atlantic Canada. CTV's Tom Battis is in Sydney, Nova Scotia with the latest on the recovery efforts.
Blue skies, beautiful sunshine, and warm temperatures. That's the upside to today, and they're going to need a day like this in Sydney and much of Cape Breton and the south coast of Newfoundland to clean up, and that's what they've been doing since first thing this morning. This is one of the more dramatic scenes. This is Whitney Avenue in Sydney, and this is where a culvert basically was blown out by the force of the water on Monday. 225 millimeters of rain fell here, and it was simply too much for the ground to absorb. It hadn't rained much in the summer, so it was hard as rock. All that water came spilling down, and it was too much for the culvert. It took out a section of the road, the sidewalk, as you can see, and basically created a river that ran through a number of backyards. So they're now digging that up. It's going to be a process that takes some time. Something else that's taking a little while is restoring power. 19,000 customers or thereabouts in Cape Breton are still without their electricity. 120 or so crews from Nova Scotia and New Brunswick are here trying to get the power up. They say that could be done by tomorrow morning. Now, there are a number of trees down in Sydney that we've seen laying across power lines. Crews haven't even gotten to those yet, so it could be a little while. We know that a couple of schools are closed, as are some offices, and it could be a couple of days before they reopen. The problem is standing water. You've got some neighborhoods and many homes that are simply flooded. They're trying to figure out how to get that water out. The Premier of Nova Scotia is going to be touring some of the hardest hit areas today. We know the cost of this will be in the millions. Certainly Newfoundland and Labrador has suggested that early estimates put that situation at well over $1 million or more, and that all of this is going to take quite some time. At least they've got good weather to start the cleanup. Todd Battis, CTV News, Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Stay away from the water. Whether you're walking or riding in a car, do not get near the water. It will kill you.
North Carolina's governor says it's time to go. Authorities are warning residents in low-lying areas today to leave before the floodwaters from Hurricane Matthew arrive. Thousands of people have been ordered to evacuate, and officials say some communities could be cut off by washed-out roads or bridge closures. The storm killed at least 35 people in the United States. In Haiti, long lines today as desperate residents try to get their hands on crucial supplies. At least 750,000 are in need of assistance in the wake of the devastating storm. Food, clean water, and medicine only now beginning to arrive in some areas of Haiti's southern coast. But there is also growing despair and frustration because of delays in delivering the aid. Local officials say Matthew killed 1,000 people.
And more help is coming from the GTA. Global Medic already has sent a number of water purification units on the ground, but at this hour, more are being loaded so that they can be shipped off. Our Colin DeMello is at Pearson Airport with more on this. Colin.
Yeah, hi, Michelle. We are at the Air Canada cargo facility where about 1,500 of those water purification units are going to be brought here, shipped to Montreal, put on a flight tomorrow, and sent to Haiti by tomorrow afternoon. So by the end of the week, some 1,500 families will be able to have these water purification units. I'm going to introduce Rahul Singh, who's the Executive Director of Global Medic, to explain a little bit more about these units. So tell me about how vital these are for the families who are down there, because cholera is a massive problem right now in Haiti.
Well, this is the difference between life or death. We're giving them units that are very simple to assemble, simple to use, have no moving parts, they're gravity fed, they don't require electricity, they don't affect the taste of the water. We teach mom how to put them together. Mom uses them and she makes sure her kids get clean water and those kids don't die because of cholera.
You have been assigned the southern peninsula of Haiti right now. Tell me about the situation there that you've been seeing via your crews on the ground, and what is the need? How many people are you helping?
So the southern half of the western peninsula is called the Southern Department. 173,192 people live there. 67% do not have clean water. Our crews have been there since Thursday. We've been installing points of source water purification units that get emergency water out to the masses. We've got 1,000 family kits already there that'll be finished distributing in the next couple of days. These 1,800 will go. Put the numbers in perspective. The aid that we have there is a drop in the bucket. We need to get more in.
Can you tell me a little bit more about what's going to be happening this afternoon with all of the 1,500 units that are going to be going?
Yeah, so we've got 1,800 units that are going. So that'll get sent down and be trucked over to Montreal. It'll get on a plane, wheels up at 9:40, and wheels down at 13:20 in Port-au-Prince. Our guys will go force customs to get it cleared in a hurry. We'll truck it out to the western regions where we're working, and then the next 1,800 families that have already been selected will receive the aid. We figure this will take about a week and a half to actually get it to everyone. We're there now. We're operational. We've got a supply chain open. If your viewers support us, we'll turn that support into material aid and get people clean water and keep them alive.
Okay, and coming up a little bit later on in the newscast, we're going to be showing you a little bit more of those water purification units arriving here and being ready for shipment. And we'll talk a little bit more with Rahul Singh as well about how you can donate, how you can help, and most importantly, how every dollar actually helps. It's $1 is almost directly going to help in Haiti right now. Reporting live, I'm Colin DeMello. Ken Michelle, back to you.
Thank you, Colin. Meanwhile, we're keeping an eye on Nicole. There are concerns that it might intensify to a near major hurricane strength when it approaches Bermuda. The core of the storm is expected to pass near or over the island tomorrow.
Islamic calendar. In Iraq, pilgrims converged on the holy city of Karbala today to commemorate Ashura. It marks the 770